Hi, everybody. Okay, I think we're live. Let me just check. Hi, everybody. Joy Choden. And I wanted to do a tarot and oracle cards reading for you tonight for the pre-show for the live viewing party of Portrait of Maddie. I love this episode, and I wanted to do a reading that is in celebration of Valentine's Day. And Donna had made a great suggestion for a kind of a follow-up question about Bruce and Cybill from the reading that I've posted a couple of times on the Facebook page that I did, the tarot card reading that I did on Bruce and Cybill. And, what happened between them? Did they want to date each other? And you can watch that on my YouTube channel, Progressive Tarot. So her suggestion was to see, there was, in the reading that I did, you can find on my YouTube channel, Progressive Tarot, and please subscribe if you haven't already. There was the death card came out, and the death card means endings and transformation. And she said in her comment on in the group, I wish you had clarified the death card. So we're going to kind of go further into, the question is, what stopped Bruce and Cybill from dating each other? We know that in Cybill's book, Cybill Disobedience, she talks about there's a night where her and Bruce came over to her house, and they were sharing a bottle of booze, and they almost had sex. But something at the last minute stopped them, and and Cybill says that they never consummated their relationship the whole time that they filmed Moonlighting. But if you watched interviews with Cybill Shepherd, or read interviews with her, she talks about Bruce a lot, and she talks a lot about how they didn't sleep together, and that supposedly that was a good thing. And but it seems like there was real attraction and feelings for each other. So I'm gonna do the reading, and also I wanted to do this reading around in honor of, in celebration of Valentine's Day. And I wanted to do the reading for a live viewing party with, a more romantic episode of Moonlighting. And I think that Portrait of Maddie is a pretty romantic episode, because David has some very romantic lines for Maddie, and it's I love the line when he says the poor slobs that live for you. I love that line. And why is my colleague being held? Why is my colleague being held, and why is it not by me? I love that. So I'm gonna start the reading. I'm gonna shuffle a couple of oracle cards first and see what comes out, and then we will see. And if you don't catch this reading live, you can watch it on the Facebook page, on the Facebook group. You can catch it. So, but it looks like we're definitely live. So, okay. Told by who? Judy is asking. Told by who? Hi, Noreen. Hi. Yes, I love that line too, Danielle. Hi, Judy. Told by who? If you want to clarify your question, Judy. But, you know, I've done a couple of readings with Bruce and, about Bruce and Cybill, and I did see, you know, I saw a lot of cups in there. So, cups is emotions and relationships in tarot when cups come out. So, it looked like, you know, from what I've seen in the other readings I've done, there was they really had feelings for each other. There was a lot of traction, especially, I think, in the beginning. So, all right, so let's see. I want to know what went wrong that stopped Cybill and Bruce from dating each other while filming Moonlighting. Show me the dominant energy. What went wrong between Bruce and Cybill? What was it, the energy that stopped them from dating one another? What was it that stopped them from dating one another? Because, you know, obviously there was a real tense attraction. And it was intense between them. And I don't think it gets intense between, you know, people unless, you know, like that, unless there's really something there. So what went wrong? Okay, let's see what comes out here. All right, so we have getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other. Your bond deepens. That's what we got there. And we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. All right. So let's see. So that's interesting. Now, in the past, when I have used these oracle cards, the card that came out twice for another reading that I did, this one was not, I didn't film this one. I saw that children were involved in, you know, kind of screwing up them dating each other. And the way I took that was that maybe Bruce was a little nervous to date Cybill since she had a daughter. And maybe he thought it was already complicated enough, you know, to date Cybill, you know, because she was his co-star and he had just gotten this big break, you know, his first really big break with Moonlighting. On the bottom of the deck is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. All right. So I'm also going to use the Island Time Oracle cards, and let's see what comes out here. This should be interesting. And then I'm going to do tarot, and then we're really going to see what's what. All right. What went wrong between Bruce and Cybill? Show me the energy, the dominant energy of what really stopped them from dating each other. What was the energy that really stopped them from dating one another, that really, to take a chance to try to date each other, to try to have some kind of romantic relationship together? What went wrong here? What went wrong? All right, let's see. All right, so we have date, meeting someone new, dating, get back out there, plan, set a date. So they did want to date each other, which is what I've seen before. Abundance, keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude, bliss. Well, obviously it's a little bright. Lights are a little bright. Obviously, I'm just going to lower the lights here a little bit because it's a little bright. You can probably see it a little easier now. Obviously, abundance, and I have seen this before in the other readings. And that's in the reading on YouTube. Money was an issue, and their career, and that's what I've seen before. And on the bottom of the deck, girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. So, yeah, I mean, Bruce and Cybill, I think, also really wanted to play the field, you know, and they wanted to just date, you know, a lot of people. you know, I mean, Cybill said she had an affair with Don Johnson while filming, you know, that TV movie that she did with him, and, you know, so they both, you know, were partying and dating, and so there was a part of them that just wanted to just date, you know, other people and be single, even though they were so attracted to each other. All right, let's see what comes out with the tarot here. Let me see if you guys are saying anything. Thank you so much, Danielle. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the tarot reading that I did for you. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yeah, I'm happy to share this with you. I was really interested to see what's going to come out. That's interesting. Yeah, Jamie. I wonder if he wanted a full-blown commitment and she didn't. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, that might be it. I mean, Cybill might have wanted to, you know, kind of play the field. You know, she wanted to date, and he maybe did want, you know, more of a commitment. Oh, thank you so much, Danielle. I wanted to wear red, and, you know, for Valentine's Day. Thank you. All right, we got to speed this up. Okay. All right, let's see what comes out here. All right, what went wrong between Bruce and Cybill that stopped them from dating each other? What went wrong? What really happened? Okay. Okay, 5 of coins. This is 5 of pentacles. So that means, you know, loss and being left out in the cold. So somebody might have dumped somebody else here. You know, somebody might have left somebody else out in the cold, ultimately. Like, the story is, like I said, that Cybill, you know, suggested that because they were starting to work together, that they shouldn't, you know, get romantically or physically involved, sexually involved with each other. But, you know, what happened after that? And again, we don't know when that happened, but, you know, whether it was the pilot or whether it was filming the first season or the second season, we don't know. But maybe past that night, somebody might have just kind of left somebody else out in the cold here. So let's see what's on the bottom of the deck here. And there's the Death card again. There it is again on the bottom of the deck. So this means endings and transformation. So there was an ending and somebody got left out in the cold here. Somebody kind of just said, you know, this is never going to happen. Let's see what else comes out here. And then right away, we have Judgment. This means major decisions. Major decisions, a major moment that a lot of times is not the easiest decision, but it can really move your life forward. You know, so there was a big decision here. And 6 of coins. That means to balance things out, to give and take. So, you know, this decision was about trying to balance things out between them. And it could be, you know, with their career situation, with having to work with each other, they thought that, you know, this is the best move here. But on the bottom of the deck is the 4 of Cups. So, you know, it was kind of not complete. Their heart was not completely in that decision. Like, there was a part of, you know, whoever made that decision or however they made that decision to ultimately not date each other, you know, they didn't completely, you know, agree with. There was a part, either Bruce or Cybill or both of them, there was a part of them that kind of didn't agree with it. You know, they kind of regretted it a little bit, I think, that they didn't go for it, you know. So, interesting. So, somebody was left out in the cold, and there was a big decision. It was a big decision. This was not an easy decision for them. And again, so I think that means that, because this was such a difficult decision, there really were feelings and there really were attraction to each other. And it was hard. It was a hard decision to make. And it was so that they could try to balance things out between them, to try to keep things civil and for them to be able to work together in long term. But there was sort of this meh kind of energy. The underlying energy is kind of I'm not thrilled with this decision, but it's probably for the best that we're making this decision. Let me see what you guys are saying. So, Jamie says she's been open about what she likes in the bedroom. Maybe it didn't mesh with him. Who knows? Donna says, but which of them broke up with the other and why? Yeah, I know. Well, maybe that will be the next reading, Donna. But which of them broke it up off with why? Yeah, I don't know. But it's kind of, the cards are sort of being, kind of our little, detective from the past here that's kind of giving us a hint at, what really happened, what might have really happened here. All right, so I'm going to clarify the cards. Let's see what else comes out here. Let's see. I have a Love Oracle deck that I'm going to pull another card. And let's see. All right, clarify the Five of Coins for me. Let's see what this Five of Coins is. What is this left out in the cold? Let's see. Okay. All right, so King of Swords. Maybe Bruce was left out in the cold at the time. Because it's a male energy. But it's also, there was a lot of communication between the two of them on this decision. Six of Swords. They kind of were in a kind of stormy situation and they didn't want to be in it. So they wanted to get out of that. Two of Pentacles. There was a, juggling and trying to deal with, that, they did care, they did like each other. King of Cups. There was real feelings here. There were real feelings here with the King of Cups. And Five of Cups, but they saw more than negative about dating each other and the situation they were in with their relationship. And on the bottom of the deck was the Knight of Wands. So there was a lot of passion between the two of them, and they wanted to continue to move forward, with their situation. It wasn't an easy decision, but there was real feelings for each other. They did talk about it. I think there was more than one conversation here about this too. It probably went back and forth about it, that they wanted to hook up, they wanted to date each other, and you got the Two of Cups. There were real feelings here. There were real feelings. They could have had a relationship. With this Judgment card. Clarifying the Judgment card was about making a decision about their feelings for each other and their relationship. On the bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands. But they waited, and I think that's part of what the Death card was in the last reading that I did with them. They waited. And they waited. And I think, that energy, that just stagnant energy of just waiting and waiting, then other people came into the picture and and then Bruce became such a big star, and I think Cybill was jealous of that, and I think that really, that really hurt their relationship. All right, and let me see what this Six of Cups, that Two of Cups just flipped out as soon as I picked up the deck, it flipped out. That was crazy. But that's the way tarot is, All right, so let's see what the Six of Coins is. What is the Six of Coins? Again, three of Wands. So, they thought, oh, okay, we'll wait, we'll wait and see what happens, trying to balance things out. But there was stress. There was a lot of, with this Nine of Swords, there was stress, they were stressed out about it, they were nervous about, this strong attraction and the feelings they had for each other, and how this, could really blow the show up, I guess, and cause a lot of problems, and I guess they didn't want to really be in the tabloids and stuff. Bruce is a pretty private person, I think, much more than Cybill. Cybill's more about, she'll talk about, what's going on and her feelings, and she's way more candid, I think, than Bruce about her private life, so, but there was a lot of stress, over this. Yeah, Geraldo's ex-wife. Yeah, there was the woman he was dating, right? Sherry Rivera. Yes, they dated on and off. The pinky ring that he wears in season 1 and 2 is because of the relationship on and off with Sherry Rivera, Danielle says. Donna says, remember the Two of Cups came out in the last one you did as the first card, I believe. Yeah, that's right. I think you're right. The Two of Cups. So, yeah, totally. Yeah, I believe it did. Yeah, which is, what I said. The two, or I think it might have been, I think it was the Three of Cups. I think it was the Three of Cups, Donna, and I was saying that this is about dating and that they wanted to date each other. So, all right, so, with this underlying energy is the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups. So this kind of, I'm okay with the situation, but it's, it's all right. I'm all right with it, but I'm not crazy about it. But there was stress. There was a lot of stress there with that Knight of Swords. There was some sleepless nights with that Knight of Swords. I mean, Cybill must have been, man, she really, it tortured her, I guess, that she really wanted to date Bruce. And I don't know, but there was real tension there. All right, I'm going to pull one more oracle card with my love oracle cards, and let's see, final message, what the universe has for us here about what happened, between Bruce and Cybill, why they didn't date each other. Final energy, let's see what came out. Self-focus. Taking a break from dating, being single for a while, no sex for now. So, that could be, that it's true that they decided, not to have sex because, they wanted to be single and date other people, maybe. And addicted, being obsessed, wanting too much, unhealthy habits. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay, so there's a guy with a bottle of liquor, and on the bottom of the deck is gifts of love, token of affection, giving and receiving, embracing what you have. Huh. Well, we know that Cybill wound up getting pregnant with a guy named Bruce, amazingly enough, and yeah, I mean, they wanted to focus on themselves more, I guess, because of, Cybill sort of, she had a comeback with Moonlighting, and Bruce, this was his first big break. So ultimately, this kind of sticks true that, what Cybill said, that they ultimately decided not to have sex. But there could be some real unhealthy habits with the way that they dealt with their relationships with this addicted. Wanting too much unhealthy habits. So maybe too much sex with other people, or too much, partying or whatever. I mean, we know that Bruce was having a lot of wild parties and all that stuff, so... yeah, I think, maybe could be another reading down the line where, we could ask, who broke it off. Could have been the three, Donna says. Yeah. Jamie says, I wonder if Dr. Bruce was supposed to be someone she messed around with and oops. Yeah, I think so too. Either that or, there's a part of me that thinks that maybe, at the time, Cybill just wanted to get off, she didn't want to be on the set anymore, she didn't want to deal with it. She wanted a break, and so she wanted to have another baby, and, you know, this guy was around and good enough, you know, and then she got pregnant by him. But yeah, you know, that's very possible. I mean, she just was hooking up with her masseuse, and because I think he was her masseuse, and she got pregnant by him, and yeah. So, I mean, obviously she didn't love him. I mean, that marriage fell apart, you know, right away. I mean, she was married for like a year or two or something, you know. She was far more excited, I think, about being a mother than being a wife, you know, to this guy. So, you know, being a mother, you know, to his children. So, you know, so yeah, I think, you know, they both kind of didn't have the healthiest way of looking at relationships at the time, and dating, you know, and they were both having this windfall with, you know, Moonlighting. So, you know, with this Five of Pentacles, somebody got left out in the cold, you know, and they left the possibility of them being able to date each other out in the cold. So, you know, that's a pretty, you know, Five of Pentacles is pretty, you know, it's a pretty, you know, hard, you know, tough energy. It's a pretty brutal energy. So, you know, ultimately, you know, it didn't end pretty, you know, the possibility of them dating. But there was real feelings. There was a real opportunity for this to be a relationship with this Two of Cups. That was the decision that they made, and whether they were going to date each other. But they decided to wait. They kept on waiting, and then things, I think, just deteriorated from there. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and, you know, maybe I can, you know, from this reading, I think that's a good suggestion, Donna, is to see if maybe they didn't want to be tied down at the time. Yeah, I think so, Jamie. That's what I get also from this reading. And yeah, he's not very, Cybill's ex-husband wasn't very good looking. I agree with you. And then their minds changed, and it was too late. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's what it seems. So, but I could do another reading asking if it was Bruce or Cybill, and we could try to. I have to think about how I would do that reading. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, and everybody enjoy Portrait of Maddie. I love this episode. It's so funny. It's kind of a treasure hunt episode, like the pilot. I love it. It's so funny. There's so many funny lines, especially Bruce. He's got so many great lines in this episode. It's great. And it really, like, digs into Maddie's psyche, that she, you know, she's got this secret admirer who she finds out because he's dead, and, you know, she kind of becomes obsessed about it and stuff, and, you know, wants the portrait and everything. So, all right, guys, enjoy the live viewing party and Danielle's post show. Thank you so much. Bye.